Hello, my name is Regina Schenk, and my husband and I are directors of Feeding Incorporated, and it's a charitable nonprofit organization that's devoted to feeding the hungry of our area, changing lives to impact our community. Perhaps you don't know that 17.7% of people in Jasper County don't know where their next meal is coming from, which is called food insecurity. Feeding Incorporated serves approximately 400 families a month by appointment, which includes older adults on limited income and families with children. During their appointment, they can shop for a grocery cart full of food, including commodities, diapers if needed, feminine products, and sometimes products for the home. At the end of their shopping trip, if they like prayer, they can have the opportunity to get individual prayer for their needs. Every Wednesday, we serve a hot meal and give out a food box to 80 to 100 clients. While they're enjoying a hot meal, volunteers get the opportunity to speak hope, build a trust relationship with them, and give potential counsel for change in their lives. During the school year, we distribute food backpacks to schools on Fridays to hand out to the children. Our purpose is to feed, equip, empower, and restore hope to those who are living in poverty and others who are temporarily in need. We are not here to enable them, but to empower them with resources, encouragement, and practical help through the provision of food, diapers, teaching, and training. Change lives, change communities, and Feeding Incorporated is meeting a need in this region. Perhaps you might be interested in sowing into transforming a region with Feeding Incorporated. You can contact us, and we'll have some contact information at the end of this video. Prior to starting the food pantry, I was a very uninformed bystander. When it came to those in need in our community, I assumed that their needs were being taken care of and thought no more about it. In fact, I was a bit judgmental toward those who had those kind of needs. I would think to myself, why don't they just go out and get a job? As my husband and I stepped into what we feel is the Lord's leading to start Feeding Incorporated, you might know us as River Street Food Pantry, we began to see the needy of the surrounding area from a different perspective. We began to know their names, their problems, their hopes, their dreams, and the many reasons that they needed our assistance. Some were single mothers with small children. Some were in between jobs and felt guilty when they asked for help. Some were elderly on a fixed income. Some were very sick and were under a doctor's care or just recovered from surgery. We began to meet the homeless, the alcoholics, the addicted, the abused. We found out that some could not read. Some had not finished high school. Some had no electricity or running water. Some were living in their car or in a tent by the river. The answer to why people are in these situations is varied and complex. We've had many in tears telling us their story of an alcoholic father who spent all of the grocery money on his addiction while his children were left hungry. We, of course, helped his wife and children. Why? Because it's not their fault that the breadwinner was not willing to fulfill his role. We had one family who lost everything in a fire. Another family had spent so much money on medical bills that there was no money left for food. Others were desperately trying to find work, but transportation was a problem and childcare was expensive. The list of reasons was long, and most of them had validity. My heart began to change.
Hi, my name is Misty Norris, and I'm a volunteer at Feeding Incorporated. I wanted to share with you about my life before Feeding Incorporated. I used to be a meth addict and live in all kinds of abuse and poverty and be hungry a lot because, you know, when you're a meth addict, you don't have time to work. You only have time to get high. And so I began coming to Feeding Incorporated to get food to be able to eat. And instead of just being fed, I found something else here too. I found life. I saw a love and a light in the people here, that they really cared about us, not like other ministries that I have been to where it was just to get me fed. Was more, it was about more than that. It was about feeding me spirit, soul, and body. And I began watching the people that ministered to us here, and I became hungry. I wanted some of what they had. I wanted some of that light and some of that life that I saw in them. And I decided that I was going to volunteer here, and I began to try and break away. And I could see finally that this was not the life that I wanted to live. And through Feeding Incorporated, they helped me get settled in a church and began to minister life to me and speak words of wisdom to me, and fed me and kept me from being hungry and helped me in so many ways that I can't even name them all. Through this ministry, I began going to church. They found me a church home, and I volunteered down here on a regular basis. I finally got baptized on August 4th of 2013, and I've been clean from methamphetamine since October of 2013. And through my work at Feeding Incorporated, I went from volunteer and now I'm staff, and my life is really different. You're the light of God to the world in darkness, and a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. As you begin to help support this ministry, you're shining your light in a way that it pierces through the darkness and brings forth transformation to a region. So thank you for your donation.
And to love the needy of our area. Some have felt that food pantries only enable people to stay in their situation, dependent on welfare and handouts. But our heart is not to enable, once again, but to empower them to rise up out of their present situation, giving them hope for jobs, better education, basic common sense skills, and more. As we hear of jobs, we make that information available to them. We've compiled a list of resources that we give to them that points the way to training and other helps. Prior to getting involved in meeting the needs of these beautiful people, I sat in my very nice home, comfortably judging them, naively believing all was right with my world. The problem was that my world was small and my perspective limited. Whether you know it or not, Carthage and the surrounding area is teeming with the broken, the addicted, the hungry, the desperate, and the diseased. What can you do about it? First of all, be aware that there is a world of hurting people that you probably walk by every day. You can help by volunteering, doing a food drive, donating monthly to this ministry, praying for the needs of others. Call us and we can point you in the right direction if you want to know more. We are a relational ministry. People are not just numbers to us. They are real, live families who need stable people in their lives. Get involved. Your life will change as you reach out to others.
I was thirsty. You gave me
I'm to Feed It in is like in the years 2007, around there.
Wow.
Yep.
And what kind of struggles brought you to, why did you need Feeding Inc.? What?
Well, when I had my first child, to me was really hard, you know, because my husband worked only by himself and I don't work, so that was to feed my kid. Later I had my other kid and I had to feed him too, and you know, when we only have one job, it's really hard, because like for a couple and paying rent, bills, is a lot of money to pay. You know, sometimes we don't have to money to buy food. So here is good, you know. I come to Feeding Inc. right here because they have better love, comfort to people, you know. I feel comfortable. I feel really comfortable, and I think the Hispanic communities feel comfortable too because I can feel love. It's only love here, you know.
Gotcha. And how does that compare to the others?
I compare.
I mean, do you just feel the same kind of love?
No. It's more love. It's more love because I know the people here. They talk to you. They see you have a problem. They know. You know. They look in your eyes and they talk to you. They say everything be okay. We love you. You know. Virginia is a really nice lady. I think she's a lady from God, and that's what God is telling her to do. That's what she's doing. The good stuff, the love.
And how has Feeding Inc. made a difference in your life?
A lot of difference, a lot. My kids, I can feel loving to my kids more because when I got love in here, I get love to my family too. I get love to other people. I feel more, I don't know, I feel more free to talk to people about God, but because that's what they teach me here. The love is the better place, is the first thing, love, you know. I know I'm talking a lot about love, but in other places where I go, sometimes they got the love, not that much love, you know, so that's...
They made it feel more personal.
Oh yes, they feel more personal, and in my opinion, I feel more like I'm a family. I'm not a, you know, like come in and you, my friend. No. I feel like I'm a family.
And so, what kind of stuff do you do with Feeding Inc.? Because I know you're more involved in just.
Oh well, right now I have. Well, they put me, thanks to Virginia and to God, I have a class, a Spanish class for the Spanish community. You know, we trying to get everything in Spanish to communicate with the people, you know, to know we care. We care whatever they want, an opinion or something. See, they want to answer Virginia something. They know they can have the opinion, and we got the answer sometimes. You know, that's what my role right here, right now is I'm the translator, and I try to talk to people. When they have a hard time to speak to her, I speak to them, and you know, I try to help her a lot.
Does that happen a lot with Feeding Inc.? Do they give other people opportunity to serve and to give?
Oh yeah, I think yes. It's to me right here in this place. See somebody come and say, "Hey, I want to help." They give the opportunity to help. Because myself, I tell the Spanish people, go over there. They can feed you. You know, they can get you food away, and you can be volunteers. But we need a lot of hands too. We need a lot of help too.
Do a lot of Hispanic help? Do they? Volunteer?
Sometimes I got a Spanish girl, a friend of mine. She come, but she's busy. But she know that we got this place, and I think she's telling other people we need help. We need this. We need that. You know, I'm telling the Spanish people too, community, like in the donations. We need the donations to pay the bills, to get more stuff for them. And I think the Spanish community is really happy, and I know the American community too.
Awesome. Well, great. I think we did a good job. Is there anything you would like to add that just is on your heart about Feeding Inc.?
Yes, come in. We got open hearts, arms for everybody. See you hungry? We got supper every Wednesday at 3. We get you box at 4 starting, you know. Come in, you know, you're going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel like you are home. You're not going to feel like you are a stranger or something. And in this community, as help, we need a lot of help. We need to build a lot of stuff, paying bills, like I say. That's what we need this foundation. See, you guys help us. It'll be much better, and God bless you, everybody. Thank you.
Now, I know sometimes that organizations make it hard.
Oh yeah.
Are there any rules or things that Feeding Inc.? I mean, how
well,
do you have to jump through hoops to?
Well, the thing is, sometimes, yeah, you know, some people. I think they talk. When I talk to the people, I say, hey, you know what? So you get so many families in your home, you only get one box, you know. See, like right now, see the people is not working. I say, come in, you can have some food, you know, because I got people, community people right now, some ladies, they are single. They don't have a husband. And some they have like 6 kids, you know. And that really made me really painful, you know, because I don't want to be in her shoes to be single. It could be a Spanish, it could be an American lady, or a man, you know, because I know the guys, they're raising the kids by themselves. To me, I don't know, to tell people to come in, feel the love what we got, and see they like it, they can stay, you know. See, no.
John and Kathy? Okay. Now, how did you hear about Feeding Inc.?
We heard about Feeding Inc. through a friend of ours, Bob Bricker, who family members here worked here. And so that's how we were referred.
Okay. And so do you remember when you started coming to Feeding Inc.?
Yeah, we started coming to Feeding Inc. just after my cancer diagnosis in November of 2014.
Okay, and so now we talk about, because the cancer was part of the struggle that brought you, but what struggle did the cancer put onto your life that you were trying to overcome, that Feeding Inc. met that need?
When she had become very, very ill, and she went through several tests. They found a spot on her tongue, and she had a cancer. They did a PET scan, and she was stage 4. They removed half of her tongue, did a radical disectomy of her neck from one ear to the other, and it was very dire at the time because massive bills, you know, for medical treatment.
And I had lost my job, you know, I no longer was able to work.
And so what happened, I mean, just because you're ill, okay, the bills keep coming in. All right. And so it got to the point that, you know, our budget, once we paid bills, there wasn't anything left for food.
Yes.
And that's where the organization came in and helped us. And not only that, but it helped us so much spiritually.
Yes.
You know.
Feeding Inc. has been such a
Right.
blessing.
A lot of people tell me that it's like family.
Yes.
It is like
They are.
family.
They
They
are.
are like family. They truly are like family.
So why do you come to Feeding Inc. rather than one of the other food pantries? What made Feeding Inc. stand out to you?
We come to Feeding Inc. because we're not treated less than. We're treated with such respect, and they understand our situation, and they make you feel not ashamed.
And the spiritual process.
Absolutely.
They pray with us. They become like family. Missy has prayed over Kathy, anointed. One of the great gifts from God through it has been being a part of this, because when she was in surgery and when she was going, I mean, she had a feeding tube, was stage 4, and she was prayed over, and everyone joined together. And within a short time, the doctors couldn't even believe it, of how she progressed, and how her healing process,
the power of God's healing
progressed. You know, I mean, it's an organization that she still has a long way to go. We have more treatments, a lot of issues from the surgery that they're taking care of. But once those are taken care of, I mean, you're looking at someone right here that is going to be a permanent volunteer of this organization.
So you can really see God work through.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, God has worked through this.
Yes,
through
God
this
has.
mission. So, I mean, you can't come here and not see God's hand in this organization.
Awesome. So, how has all this made a difference in your life? What has been the big outcome?
I think probably the greatest
Big outcome.
the greatest outcome of coming here and being here has been not only the help, on the food, but on the fellowship with Christ, on the prayers. And we're human. So there are times with the struggles that we go through, okay, that we can't, we'll get down, or we'll think, why is this happening? We'll come here and we'll see other people that come here that are in 10 times worse shape than we are. And that's God telling us, hey, I take care of everyone. And he said, look at them. If I can do this for them, you guys have nothing to worry about.
Amen.
Amen. Now, is there anything that you would like to just say, just something that's on your mind about Feeding Inc. and everybody here, or just anything that you have to say that you'd like to say?
Okay. There are many organizations, okay, but I would encourage anyone to be part of Feeding Inc. and to support them, because every single person that we've met here or dealt with here, we can truly tell it's not just words to them, it comes from their heart. And that's, you got a low battery?
Okay, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Now let's just finish that part.
Okay. Every single person we've met here, okay, it's not just words with them.
Amen.
You can tell by their actions, by the way they treat, not us, but others.
Everyone.
Every time we were here, okay, you can tell
It's
that
from
they
their
are
heart.
truly from their heart, and they're doing this. God is doing this through them.
They feel it's God's.
When I was sick, you came to see me. When I was naked and poor, you clothed me in grace. Just stare into the eyes of the child who's left alone, and there you'll find me. There you'll find me. Just open up your arms to hold the least of these, and there you'll find me. There you'll find me. Come find me. Come find me. Come find me. Come find me. I was in prison. You came to see me. I was broken, and you made me whole. I was abandoned, and you gave me a home. I was wounded, and you healed me in love. Just stare into the eyes of the child who's left alone, and there you'll find me, and there you'll find me. Just open up your arms to hold the least of these, and there you'll find me, and there you'll find me. Come find me. Come find me. come find me. Just hear the voice of Jesus crying out to you today. This is what he says. I am hungry. Will you give me bread? I am thirsty. Will you give me a drink? I am sick. Will you come to me? I am naked and poor. Will you clothe me in grace? Will you stare into the eyes of the child who's left alone? 'Cause there you'll find me. There you'll find me. Will you open up your arms to hold the least of these? 'Cause there you'll find me. There you'll find me. Will you stare into the eyes of the child who's left alone? 'Cause there you'll find me. And there you'll find me. Will you open up your arms to hold the least of these? 'Cause there you'll find me. And there you'll find me. Just respond to the heart of the Father tonight. Say, I will go, I will go. I will look for you among the least of these, Jesus. was thirsty, you gave me a drink. When I was sick, you came to see me. When I was naked and poor, you clothed me in grace. Just stare into the eyes of the child who's left alone, and there you'll find me. There you'll find me. Just open up your arms to hold the least of these, and there you'll find me. There you'll find me. Come find me. Come find me. Come find me. Come find me. I was in prison,